My name is Aftab. I'm the Global Cash and Voucher Assistance Lead from Plan International Headquarters, also known as Global Hub. I'm now standing in Oromia market, which is a weekly market in Borena zone of Woreda in Oromia region. This is I'm trying to reflect what is happening here. The key problem is a drought. I think the people, if I recall the people interacting here, I think they have never seen such a drought in their life. And what is the problem? The problem is largely due to the failure of last 3-year rainfall, which has impacted their life in a very severe and critical way. What has been the impact? The impact is they have lost all their livelihood. That is 100%. One family we met, he lost 108 cattle in one day. One woman we met yesterday, she lost 75 out of 81 cattle, and after that she has 10 children, 9 girls and a boy, and 5 of them are married. And the major impact in his family is the husband is in the on the sick bed because he has been met with a big shock, which is not really acceptable, and it has mental health manifestation. The second impact in the family is they have no food, there is no storage facility, there is no even grains to store. And third is children are having a problem to go back to school because their stomachs are empty, they can't go to study, and also there is a COVID-19 context. The other impact is people have lost their cash, and now if I quote the government, which they have been presenting in Borena zone, they say the cost of 1 quintal of maize equivalent to 3 goats. What does it mean? It means the price of the goats, camels, even the cattle has gone to the by the reduction of 90%. The cattle which was available for 60,000 now it is available for 1,200 or 1,500. The sheep which was available for earlier was 7,000, now it is available for maximum for 1,500 or 2,000. So which is a very drastic situation. People do not have cash. I interacted with my team from Plan Ethiopia, Masresha Yifru and Gashahun. We were interacting with a trader of a sheep, and he said he will be selling the sheep for 700, which is a small sheep, and with that 700 bir, he can survive for maximum 3 to 4 days, which means they need at least 50 bir per person or 300 bir per household as a minimum expenditure basket. It comes to that figure. What is the need? The need is we need to provide the life-saving food, and for this we need to have cash because people need cash to meet both food and other needs. That is a critical need. If you give them food, either they will consume or they will sell it in the market to buy it, other materials which are other needs, like maybe the health, maybe the education, or maybe the livestock feed. The second need is we need to restock the livestock once it starts rain. And when we say restocking, it has to be with the drought adaptable animals or livestock, like maybe goats or sheep or camels, which are the survivors, they can survive. But cattle, it's really challenging because cattle, they have to survive on pasture or green or grass, which is not available. If you see this market, we saw 3 galleries: one gallery for sheep and goat, second gallery for cattle, and third gallery for camel. We were surprised to see that the whole gallery for cattle was empty, while the gallery for camels and the sheep and goat, it was full, and they look healthy. Of course, it comes with a price. The camel comes with a better price but again, if people can afford, they can afford. One key thing which we find in the people is they are a bit reluctant to have cattle because it has a cultural aspect with respect to the cattle. If they have cattle, they can exchange it during the festival time or cultural time, but they can't exchange sheep or goat or camel. So this has a emotional connect with the cattle. That's why people opt for cattle. But now the future is they can go for the smaller animals, which is sheep, which is affordable, and they are drought resistant. Similarly, if you have larger capital in hand or cash in hand, they can go for cattle. Of course, we have to deal with the emotional and the cultural aspect, but that can be done through sensitization in the interest of the families, in the interest of the family. And again, if they have their stomachs filled with critical food through cash and vouchers, I think then the children will be healthy and they can go back to the school. I think that is the key need which is coming up, and I with my team would like to sign off that we need to pump in our resources as much as possible. In my 45 years of age and 25 years of my career, I had never seen such an impact through drought, where you walk in the villages, you walk in the carcasses, you never know that which part of the cattle you are stepping in. Just imagine if you are losing a pet, you get attached to the pet as a family, and you will get emotional. People have lost their 75 or 80 or 100 cattle as a family members, and they're in the state of shock. I think we need to support. For me, as plan working in plan, I think I see as more than orange 2 or as a red alert, because I had never seen such an impact of drought, which is more like a fast emerging or the fast emergencies like typhoon or typhoon Haiyan in Philippines, in earthquake in Nepal. But this drought, which is a slow onset, but the impact is more like a fast onset of or any emergency. I think I'd like to sign up with this, that let's try to respond as much as possible. And if I put the government, the gap in the response is more than 90%, which is really alarming. We as international agencies or humanitarian organizations, we need to come as one player, and we need to support the government with the humanitarian aid, and largely I would say the conditions are favorable for cash, which is largely markets are functioning, government is favoring, people are preferring, and we should go for this as much as possible, as quick as possible, with the financial service provided in place, largely the Ethio Telecom or maybe the banks. I would like to sign off. Many thanks for the hearing, and Ami Signalo.